Okay, welcome back. I am very much aware I'm very much behind on my recap. I'm going to be uploading a video for Friday night's action, and then my next video will be for Saturday's action of the NHL. So there were only 4 games on Friday, which would have been December 22nd, and starting with an original six matchup between the Montreal Canadiens, and they went into Chicago to take on the Blackhawks. So take a look at the goal scoring summary from that game. Ryan Donato kicked things off through 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in that period. His sixth goal this season from Connor Bedard and Ian Phillips. In the second, Jason Dickinson would pot his 10th goal of the season from Blackwell and Crevier. 3 minutes and 43 seconds into that frame, making it 2-0 in favor of Chicago. Stevens would get his first goal as a member of the Montreal Canadiens less than a minute after Dickinson scored, cutting the deficit to 2-1. Assisted by Matheson and Savard. Josh Anderson, who's now starting to get goals, would tie things up with just under 5 minutes remaining in that period, getting his fifth of the season from Monahan and Evans. And then Slavkovsky, with 2 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in that period, would get his fourth goal of the season from Suzuki and Yolonen. In the third, Nick Suzuki would then pot his 10th goal of the year from Caulfield and Slavkovsky, with 6 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in that period. And then David Savard would then get his third goal of the season with a minute and 56 seconds remaining to go in that frame. So 5-2 would be the final score from Chicago. With that, Montreal is now 15, 13, and 5. And with a loss, the Blackhawks are 10, 21, and 1. All right, we'll take a look at the next game, which takes place in Detroit. We have the Red Wings, and they were playing host to the Philadelphia Flyers. So you should see the teams on your screen right away. Let's take a look at the goal scoring summary from this one. And it was a high scoring affair, to say the least. Patrick Kane bought his third goal of the season to open things up for the Red Wings, 4 minutes and 30 seconds into that frame. Assisted by Larkin and DeBrincat. Kane would then pot his second goal of the game, his fourth of the season, 8 minutes and 16 seconds into that period, assisted by DeBrincat and Justin Hull. Brink would finally get the Flyers on the board exactly 9 minutes into that frame, his sixth of the season from Farabee and Zamula. Daniel Sprong would get a power play goal for the Red Wings with just under 5 minutes to go in that period, his eighth of the season from Sider and Raymond. JT Compher would increase the lead to 4-1, getting a seventh of the season from Bellino and Raymond. And then with just 18 seconds remaining in that period, Gothenburg would increase the lead to 5-1, getting a sixth of the season from Patrick Kane and Ricketts. So it was 5-1 in favor of the Red Wings after one. Mount the comeback as Sean Couturier would pot his ninth goal of the season, 3 minutes and 37 seconds into that second period from Sanheim and Zamula. Frost would then score less than 20 seconds after that. His fifth of the season from Sanheim and Atkinson, making it 5-3 heading into the third. Garnet Hathaway would then cut the deficit to 5-4, getting his third of the season from Lawton and Cam York, 5 minutes and 51 seconds into that period. Scott Lawton would finally tie the game up with 6.5 minutes to go in the period, his third of the season from Farabee and Forster. Owen Tippett would then give the Flyers a 6-5 lead late in that game, 5 minutes and 7 seconds to go in that period, his 12th of the season from Konechny and Ristolainen. And then Dylan Larkin would tie things up with 4.5 minutes to go in the period, his 12th of the season from Petrie and Sider. There were no goals to report in overtime. To jump all the way to a shootout where Lucas Raymond would pot the game-winning goal for the Red Wings. So it's hard to believe they had a 5-1 lead after one. The Flyers stormed back, took a late 6-5 game lead, only for the Red Wings to tie it up and then eventually win it in overtime. It would have been crushing for the Red Wings had they had lost this game because, like I said, a 5-goal lead or a 5-1 lead is a pretty big. It's pretty big, especially now. But no need to panic, Red Wings fans, as you were able to get 2 points. So with the victory, the Red Wings are 16, 13, and 4, and with the loss, the Flyers are still in the top 3 of that Metropolitan Division, 18, 11, and 4. Okay, the next matchup takes place in New York, where we have the Red Wings, I apologize, we have the Rangers, and they were playing host to the Edmonton Oilers. So we should have the teams on the screen right away. All right, let's take a look at this goal scoring summary from this one. In the first, Blake Wheeler would open up the scoring, getting his 5th of the season from Zibanejad and Kreider, 11 minutes and 3 seconds into that frame. There were no goals reported in the second. We had to jump all the way to the third, where Zach Hyman would tie things up for the Oilers, getting his 19th of the season from Ekholm and McDavid. Vander Kane would then pot his 13th goal of the season, a minute and 10 seconds after that, giving the Oilers a 2-1 lead from Derek Ryan. Warren Foegele would then pot his 5th goal of the season from Ryan McLeod and Cody Ceci, 6 minutes and 36 seconds into that frame. And then Ryan McLeod would then increase the lead to 4-1, getting his 5th of the season from Warren Foegele. Zibanejad would get a power play goal with 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the period. And with just under a second to go, Cooley would then cut the deficit to 4-3. But at that point, there was no way the Rangers would be able to mount a comeback. So 4-3 would be the final score in this one. So with that, the Oilers are back to 500, 15, 15, and 1. And despite the loss, the Rangers are still atop of their division in the Metropolitan, 22, 8, and 1. All right, the last matchup takes place in Winnipeg, where we have the Jets, and they're playing host to the Boston Bruins. So I'll get the teams on the screen momentarily. All right, should be able to see them. So take a look at the goal scoring summary from this game. Josh Morrissey would kick things off in the first. It would be a very late goal, only 8 seconds remaining in that period, getting a 6th of the season from Velarde and Mark Scheifele. Speaking of Velarde, he would then get on the goal scoring. He would get on the goal scoring sheet. Wow. Potting a 7th goal of the season from Ehlers and Scheifele, 11 minutes and 17 seconds in that middle frame. Niederreiter would then get a late power play goal with 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go in that frame, his 9th of the season from Schmidt and Pionk. So it's 3-0 in favor of the Jets heading into the third. Adam Lowry would pot his 6th goal of the season from Appleton and Niederreiter, a minute 25 seconds into that frame. Brandon Carl would finally get the Bruins on the goal scoring sheet with 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go in that frame, his 2nd goal of the season. And then Niederreiter would get a late power play goal, his 10th of the year from Perfetti with 19 seconds to go, making the lead to 5-1. And that's where we would stand at the end of regulation. So with that, the Jets have now improved to 29-3. And despite the loss, the Bruins are still atop of that Atlantic Division, 19, 6, and 6. As always, if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, I attempt, keyword is attempt, to do videos on the daily. And if you like what you see, please feel free to hit the sub button. And as always, take care.